You know, every now and again in your watch journey, you'll come across a watch that sort of stops time. It's an incredible value, incredible quality, incredible execution. The SNKL23 is such a watch. We'll talk about it. What is up, YouTube? TechConglomerate here with another watch review. This evening, I'd like to present to you the SEIKO SNKL23. This is a SEIKO model that has been around since 2017. And it may look familiar to you because it was one of the models that Hodinkee did a great review on. And they did such a great review that it really sold the watch well. Did some comparisons of this watch to other pricier watches, and it stood up pretty well. So what I'd like to do is go through some of the details of this watch. In particular, give you some of the dimensions and also some of the reasons why I love this watch. It's been in my collection since 2018, and I absolutely adore it. I did not even take a look at the Hodinkee episode before purchasing this watch, but it turned out to be a really good choice. So basically what we're looking at is a round stainless steel watch from SEIKO with a very black face here and black dial. And the watch itself is beautifully designed. You see the concentric circles inside the watch there, and there's a pattern on the outer ring of that dial. It's just really nice. So we'll take a look at some close-ups of that. But the crystal itself is a hardlex crystal, and the clasp is a deployment clasp. However, it's not a very good bracelet on here. I'll shake this a bit, and you'll see that the jingly thing is just so annoying. Don't let that stop you from purchasing this watch. This is an outstanding value watch, and we'll talk a bit about that. We're looking at 38 millimeters in diameter and also 12 millimeters in thickness. We can go ahead and verify that. So let's start with the thickness. Looks to me like our thickness is, let's see here, I'm going to zero this out. So I'll zero it out, and let's go ahead and go to the thickness here. And let's see, we're at actually 10.6 millimeters in case thickness. And then when we were talking about the diameter of the case itself, we're looking at looking at a 38.3. It's roughly 38.3. Let me just try that one more time. Let's see here. It's just fluctuating just slightly ever so. So 38.3 is what we're looking at here. So again, the case is stunningly beautiful. Dial color is black. Stainless steel bezel, polished casing all the way around, except for the bracelet here where it's brushed. But it's a beautifully stepped up casing here around the edge, holding that crystal. Very nicely polished. And then you have a 4 o'clock crown here. It's a SEIKO 5, and we've talked about the importance of the SEIKO 5 and why, what those 5 things are that are important to these watches. This is actually stunningly beautiful. It's only water resistant to a depth of 99 feet, so about 100 feet. So I would not go swimming with this watch. However, I would wear this watch if I wanted to have more of a flair of a Rolex Explorer, right? Although it's not as sporty as an Explorer, it's more of on the dressy line. It really does fit like an Explorer in terms of the size, the 38 millimeter size. And it just feels good on the wrist. I do have a number of straps to try this out with, and I'm looking forward to doing that. But let's get into some of the details here about the face of the dial of the watch. Sorry, the dial of I keep calling it the face. So let's start with getting a nice close-up here. You'll see that this dial itself is just stunningly beautiful. You see those vertical lines on the outer edge there. Let me go ahead and bring my trusty tool in. This has been such a great trusty tool for me. I can't live without it. It's called a pencil, mechanical pencil. But you see here, there's this outer edge, and depending on how you hold the watch in the light, you have a nice donut shape there that's just stunningly beautiful. And when you get a little bit closer, you see what it's made up of. It's made up of those vertical bars. So they kept the vertical bars all the way around. It's just beautifully, beautifully done. You have beautiful dolphin hands there. And the markers look to be applied markers, and they have more of a rectangular prism type of look to them. They're actually stunningly beautiful. The day and date can be seen in this window right over here. Day and date, and you see that little white border around that. That just makes all the difference in the world for this watch. Just really beautifully designed watch here by Seiko. Once again, they're doing incredible stuff. It is an automatic movement. I believe it is the 7S26 with 21 jewels. So you can look at the back here. I believe I still have the sticker on there. And it's a reliable movement, but the only way it is not a winding movement, nor is it a hacking movement. In fact, in order to wind the watch, you have to shake the watch back and forth, similar to this. And you do that for about, I would say, about 100 times or so. And then once you do that, you see the second hand starts to move along there. See that moving there? Again, just beautifully, beautifully designed watch. The bracelet itself, let's take a look at the measurement of the bracelet. The bracelet itself is, I believe, let's start up here. It is a 17 is what I'm reading here. 17.3. And I think in actuality, that may be about right. It's one of these odd sizes, smaller. I have tried to find an equivalent band for this, and so this is one of them. And we'll be using this one later on in this video to see what that blue band does for this watch. But again, it's a strap monster. You can put a brown strap on here, a blue strap, black strap. Everything looks beautiful with this watch. It's just so well designed, so understated as well. And when you look at the details of the side there, you see you have that stepped up bevel. And just how well it's polished is really stunning. Another beautiful find. I'm sure you can find this on Amazon. In fact, I'll be linking this on Amazon. Some Amazon sellers are selling it for less than $100, actually, less than $100. But you can find it reliably at about $121 or so. What else can I say about this watch? I mean, it's just, the lume is incredible. When you shine the ultraviolet light on there, let me see if I can get that up and running here. You'll see that those markers are just lighting up This is pretty bright here, and it's still able to light it up. So let's see if I can shut some of these lights off and perhaps give you a sense of what I'm talking about. I'm going to go ahead and just shut this one off. Shut this one off. Shut this one off. Look at that. I mean, just stunningly beautiful. Let me juice it up a little bit more so you can see what I'm talking about. There you go. Just giving it a little bit more, and you can see how absolutely gorgeous that lume is on this watch. Seiko is known for their lume, and this is no exception. This is another fine example of how well Seiko is able to execute on their craft. I mean, they're just really nailing every aspect of these beautifully designed and affordable watches. Now, one of the things I'd like to talk about as well is the see if I can get some close-ups here of this. But what you'll find here, that table itself is stunningly gorgeous. You can see here how the hands are moving. I think it only has about 40 hours of power reserve because of the 7S 2.6 movement in it. So when you look at close-ups of this watch, you understand why people are going crazy over the watch itself. The design is just nostalgic. It almost looks as if it's from the early 1900s. Just really well done. As I said before, just swapping out the bracelet does a world of wonders for this watch. 38 millimeters may be on the small side for those with larger wrists, but I have a 7-inch wrist, and I'm pleasantly surprised to see that it fits me so well. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on my wrist so you all can see how absolutely stunningly gorgeous this watch is. You know, my grandfather used to have a Timex, and I've been on the search for that Timex for quite some time, and no one in our family knows where the watch went after he passed, and so we've been trying to locate it, and whenever I see watches such as this one, it makes me really think, it really makes me appreciate the time that I spent with my grandfather. This is what the watch looks like on my 7-inch wrist. As I said before, if you have a 7-inch wrist, 38 millimeters is not bad at all. In fact, the new Rolex Explorer went right back down to the 36 millimeter size, and it's actually smaller than this. In addition to that, the band itself on that new Rolex tapers pretty significantly. And so I just wanted you all to be aware that that this watch does have a bit of a taper, and I'll tell you exactly how much of a taper it is here. So as I said before, it starts off at 17.3 millimeters up at the, so you can figure, let's see, right around here. So you're looking at 17.3 millimeters, 17.4, I'm sorry. Let's try it this way. We are going to be looking at 17.5 millimeters here for the bracelet, and then at the slimmest part of the bracelet, we're all the way down to a 15.9, 15.8 millimeter size. So it's a slight taper here, but nonetheless a beautiful, beautiful taper. The lugs themselves curve down quite nicely. When we talk about the lug to lug distance, we're looking at See if I can get this right here. Lug to lug distance. Come on. It's a little challenging with this bracelet. You're looking at 45.4, which is a reasonable size when you're talking about sitting on the wrist. So again, the lugs do have that curve down, so very short throw on those lugs. What else can I say about this? Just an amazing piece. You will be able to find it on the TechConglomerate website through Amazon, and you can find that at TechConglomerate.com. And so with that, I would love to hear from you all whether or not you would want to make this one part of your collection. I certainly have, and if not, why not? Is there some other watch that you'd like to make a part of the collection? If not for this one, at this price point, I think it's hard to beat, around $100 or so. So I'd love to hear from you all what you think. I am looking forward to hearing your responses, seeing your comments, and responding back to you all. You know, as I continue to grow the channel, I'll make every effort to make sure and respond to every single comment that's put out there. So with that, I'd like to remind you to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. It really helps the channel to grow and gives me a little bit more in terms of resources to be able to bring you more watch videos such as this one. I'm looking forward to many more. And with that, this is TechConglomerate here with another watch review. This is the SNKL23, an amazing watch by Seiko, and hopefully it's not going to be discontinued anytime soon, but priceless. And also hop over to the Hodinkee website to see if you can find that review. They did a great job of it, and again, strap monster. All right, all the best till next time.